Hey, what's up guys, Snowy Minotaur here, and yes, it is time for me to bring back my very popular series, Fortnite Cosmetics I really want to get. In this series I talk about Fortnite Cosmetics that, well, I really want to get. It's kind of the whole point of the title. If you guys want another part to this series, which will be the 10th episode, make sure to drop a like, and also let me know down below in the comment section what cosmetics you are wanting to get yourself. But ladies and gentlemen, let's hop right into it with the first cosmetic. This is going to be the Core Knight Talus skin. This is a very interesting skin here, as I don't really know a lot of people who even remember this skin. This was only available once for 3 days back in chapter 4 season 3, and as of this video recording, he has not been seen just a little over 300 days, and that's really sad considering that I absolutely love the original design and the take that they did with the skin. I really like the color scheme here. I really like the shadow stuff coming off of him. The hair being like all shadowy is really cool, and not to mention the skin has a really cool mask, which, like, wow, it looks really cool. And this is a 1200 V-Bucks skin. Like, this could have easily been like 1500 V-Bucks, but for some odd reason they only made this a 1200 V-Bucks skin, which is crazy. This is a very underrated skin in my opinion. I really hope it does return because I really want it, because it's very unique and it's very nice. Now let's move on to an emote here, and this is actually going to be Praise the Tomato. This is a classic emote. It has not been in the shop for almost 500 days as this video recording. It's a very simple one. You basically spawn in a tomato in your hand, you throw it up, and it smacks down on your face. That's pretty much all the emote is. I'm not sure why it hasn't come back in a good while. My guess is that it has to do with Lego. Thanks Fortnite for the awful item shops, but I hope that they actually update this to Lego, because this would be really funny to see on how they would actually pull this off here. Just in general, this is a really funny emote. I love my meme emotes, you guys know it by now, and this is one that I am very much wanting to get, and it's a classic, so I'm surprised I haven't gotten it whenever it came back for a good while. But anyways, let's just move on. And this is going to be a glider, and this is going to be the Crypt Cruiser. This is actually the glider that goes with Skull Trooper, and it's crazy to think that Skull Trooper is now a 30-day rotation skin, thanks AI rand item shops. But I won't deny the fact that the glider is a really nice one. I really like how it's just a coffin more or less, and that it has like bat wings essentially. It's a really nice one, and not to mention it does have edit styles, only like one other one. Hopefully sometime they actually update this glider for other edit styles, but I completely digress. Easily one of my favorite Halloween gliders in general. The glider's fantastic, great for Halloween, and one of my personal favorite Halloween gliders in the game. I really want it for that reason. Alright, so let's move on to another skin here. This is actually another very underrated skin that I don't know anybody who really like remembers this skin or like remotely even like talks about it anymore, but this is actually going to be the Dealer. This skin came out in Fortnite OG and it completely went under the radar. I don't really know anybody who's really talking about this skin, and that's a damn shame because this skin is sick. The reactive feature to it is really cool, not to mention it has a bunch of different edit styles which have different colors, and they are all themed towards the season that came before it, chapter 4 season 4, which I do think that it should have released during that season, but I can understand why they waited a season later, because this was like a boss on the map if I recall correctly. The skin just looks absolutely fantastic, and I gotta give a shout out to the back bling. It pretty much has the exact same edit styles as the skin, which is really cool, and like it's such an underrated skin. I never see the skin in game, and that to me is a damn shame, because this is a really awesome skin. I don't know why it actually hasn't returned in a good while, but I really hope it does, because I am really waiting for this skin. Epic, please bring this skin back. I really want this. Speaking of another very underrated skin, we have the Verity skin. Another one of these instances to where it's another one of those skins that has released once for about 3 days, and it hasn't returned since it initially released. And this, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is a skin that you can customize with wraps. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that, so I'm sorry in advance if I got that wrong. This is definitely one of those skins that I don't really know a lot of people like remember. I feel like this is another very forgotten about skin. I really hope it does return. It has some really cool features to it. It reminds me a lot of Link's, but more or less with like the character model. I believe it's the Echo skin, which I'm actually getting more vibes about here, but I think the skin's absolutely fantastic. 1500 V-Bucks for this skin like is pretty cool. This is a really nice techie skin, and not really much else to say about it. It's a really nice clean female skin that I really want to get at some point. I don't know why I didn't buy it when it first came out, but I digress. Now it's time for a brand new segment of this series. That is right, it is time for me to talk about jam tracks, because Fortnite actually tweeted out that they're going to be making jam tracks into lobby tracks now. So I'm actually going to start mentioning jam tracks within this series now. And I'm going to be calling this segment Snooey's Jam Tracks. So I'm going to show a few jam tracks which are going to be on screen here. These are some jam tracks which I would really want to get at some point in the future. This list will definitely be growing as much as the series keeps going here. I'm only going to be showing off a handful of them here because these are just absolutely fantastic songs which I grew up listening to, and songs which I actually really like in general. I really hope at some point I can actually go and get these. I know they're available in the shop pretty much almost all the time, so I'm not in a rush for them, but in terms of that context, I would really want to get them on my account because now they are even more worth buying. So yeah, those are some of the jam tracks which I really want to get. Now this next cosmetic is a pickaxe, and I have to be honest with you here, it is actually a really rare pickaxe as it was only available in the shop once. I'm not adding it because of that reason, but this is the arrow axe. This is the pickaxe that actually goes with the aeronaut skin, and I'm surprised they actually had never re-released this pickaxe. I think that this is a very clean pickaxe with like the teal blue going through it, the little design with like the orange and blue on top, and it does sound pretty good. And this is only 500 V-Bucks. It's clean, it's very simple. Again, as I've just said, I'm pretty surprised that they didn't bring this back when Aeronaut re-released just recently. I think it would have made a lot of sense for them to bring this back. I hope it does come back at some point because it does sound pretty good, and it's just an overall pretty nice pickaxe for 500 V-Bucks. Next up is the Dribblin emote. This is an emote that was released back, I believe, in 2021, and this is a very simple emote. You're just bouncing a basketball, and I gotta be honest here, I love playing basketball, so this emote kind of resonates with me a little bit here. I have no clue why I never went and bought this emote when it was out in the item shop, but as this video recording, this hasn't even been in the item shop for over 500 days now, which is pretty shocking to say the least here. Not entirely sure why they never brought back this emote, but it's a really nice, clean, simple emote. There's really not much else to really say here. I like basketball, I like playing basketball. That's kind of the reason why I want to get this emote on my account. I mean, at this point I should just start collecting emotes, right? But anyways, we gotta move on to another very underrated skin here. Probably not really underrated because I know there's people that really like this skin, but I don't ever see her in game, and this is the Comet skin. I remember this skin being pretty popular in Chapter 5 Season 1, and it's really strange that they haven't really released the skin that often, but I completely digress. This is a great and very clean female skin. Love the color scheme, love the overalls that she pretty much has on. The hair is really cool, like the tattoo that she has on one of her arms that like glows. Really cool skin, very awesome original design here. Not much else to really talk about with this skin other than it's like a very popular skin. A lot of people are waiting for the skin, myself included. Now I gotta give context to this next section here. So as you all know, for a long time on this channel I was talking about the Black Widow set, and one of the cosmetics I was actually missing was the Widow's Pirouette. And ever since that emote finally came back in Fortnite OG, thank goodness, I have actually been missing a few other emotes from the Marvel Rarity. So I'm putting them all right here because at this point in time I think I should just start collecting emotes. I literally said that earlier in the video. The ones which I'm actually missing here are the Rogue and Gambit emotes. Both of them have not come back in a good while. Not sure exactly why. Maybe because of the item shops being so buggy, or in this case just being read by AI. The Spidey landing is another one of those emotes that I actually really wanted to get, and I was actually gonna get, but for some odd reason I never did. And the other one is the Hulk Smash emote. Another one of those emotes, I don't know why I didn't buy it. It's such a goofy emote. All four of these emotes I do not have, and I have no clue why I didn't buy some of them at the time. But I am hoping for them to come back at some point, you know, whenever they actually get updated and fully released into the item shop. Epic, I'm talking to you. Fix your item shops. I started this video with a very underrated skin. Let's end it with another very underrated skin. The Anaconda skin. This is a skin that was actually a quest pack that released last year, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it, and I don't know why. This is another one of those instances to where the skin actually looks really clean. I think this is a very underrated looking skin. The color scheme is all over the place, but I actually do really like how it looks in general. Crazy that the skin has not come back in just about 400 days while I'm recording this video. Very underrated skin in my opinion here, and I'm very much wanting to get it whenever it does come back. It's another one of those instances to where I have no idea why I didn't buy this, but you know, it is what it is. I am hoping for the skin to come back sometime in the near future. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did happen to enjoy this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to check out my Twitter, aka my X account. Socials are all on screen. Thank you all so much for watching. I love every single one of you. Remember everyone, it's always good to take chances.